How's it going, everybody? Joys with Sorrow. Welcome to the Joys with Sorrow channel. And didn't realize that was a little bit of water on there. But here's a tank update video, and I guess we should start with the 29 gallon. It is a lot different, a lot more lively than you guys probably last saw it. I replaced all the hornwort with this green and orange, purplish, reddish plant, which I have no idea what it is, and neither did the shop that sold it to me, but it was at a really decent price. I liked how it looked, and I just decided to replace the hornwort with that. This little Anubias plant that's right here is actually the Anubias plant from Pinky's tank. I decided to switch it over here because some of its leaves were turning yellow. I did cut off 2 dead leaves, and most fertilizer is in here. And I even found some of these plants, like the small ones right here, to put in Pinky's tank, and I'll show you guys that in an update video. As you can tell as well, there's plenty of color in the tank. That is because we have a bunch of new tank residents. It's a little hard to focus with them all moving like this. Sorry about that, guys. But if you guys can see, we have 2 new platies. We have this neon blue wag platy male, and this guy right here. They didn't tell me exactly what kind of platy he was, but it's a orange red with red spots, and it has white in the body. And my overall goal is one day to have him and Sally, or the big mama here of the house, have some babies. Because if you look at their colorations, I might be able to get something that looks more like a koi fish pattern out of their babies. So it is something I'm going to try in the future. But there are some of the guppies right there. Those are female guppies. We bought originally 7 guppies. Unfortunately, 1 has passed away, and I have one of the females right here in isolation because she is not doing well at all. Well, 2 days ago she stopped pointing her fin up. I don't know if it's damaged or not. And she's been sinking to the bottom today, so I decided to just put her in the mesh here for now, just so that she has the ability to go up, get some air, and then come back. I've checked my parameters, everything's good, so I don't know what's up with her. She's like that for another day. I'll set up an isolation tank and put her in it. I'm worried she might not make it, to be honest with you guys. She's looking like she's ready to go. But, and I really don't know what it is, but apparently it's not uncommon for guppies to die when you take them home. I mean, it is what it is. And the other fish in here are the neon tetras. There's about 8 of them in there. There was a little bit of an incident that we had with one of them. Can't seem to find it, but there's actually one in there with a nipped tail. Actually, that guy right there. Can't really focus on these guys, they're too fast, but yeah, one of these little guys has a nipped tail at the top tip of where the tip of his tail should be, and that's because of Sally, the big red wag. Basically, what she ended up doing was one day I fed them all bloodworms. I thawed up some bloodworms and threw them in there, and I'm guessing she might have mistaked the red end, their little red, rears and tail area as a worm, and tried chasing after it. So after that, it hasn't happened ever since. There is Nugget, the snail. He's doing pretty well. And he's doing pretty well because there is a wonder shell in this tank, and I can actually show you guys. I have a little miniature one right here. So these are wonder shells, and this one's for a 5 gallon. I'm actually bought 2 of these. I'm going to split one in half, and I'm going to put them into the beta tanks, and the other one I'm going to put in there, And what these basically help you provide is calcium for your snails, and supposedly it conditions the water for you as well. So, you know, for $2, why not? You know, you chuck one in maybe about once a month, once every 3 months. It depends if you see it working or not. I'm noticing my snails a lot more lively, that's for sure. But, you know, let me show you guys. See, that's what I mean. She just pretty much just wants to stay there. She's not looking well at all. I'm concerned. You know, she's gills are a little red, moving really fast. She's under stress. She is really under stress. But okay. So, and I also have a sponge filter on the inside there. Unfortunately, that's a 25-gallon sponge filter, so it's not the exact size that I need, as this is a 29-gallon, so I'm only 4 gallons off. But I've also taken off the USB pump, and not to worry, it's that light says that I must change my filter, which, you know, it would be a bad idea to check. Probably just gonna have to rinse out my filter a little bit, but this is the Tetra Whisper air pump. This is a 40-gallon air pump, or up to 40-gallon air pump, and I'm using that in here. There's the check valve and the you know, air control nozzle for how much air I want in there. And then I have the other line going to the 5.5-gallon. Now, usually this does stay quiet. There you go. That's quiet enough, but usually for the most part it's quiet. The bubbling and the water, you know, running actually sounds louder. So now let me bring you over here to the 5.5-gallon tank with all the baby fries. Look at these little guys. So overall, I've lost about a dozen in the last 2 to 3 weeks. So I still have over 70 of them. Most of the ones that died were the ones that were born recent, and most of them were actually from the coral platy that was having miscarriages and preemies as well. But look at these little guys. They are just mini versions of their mama. That's all they are. Most of them are just mini versions of their mama. Some of them are just straight out orange. They haven't gotten their black in them yet. So those could be the ones that that I believe the red coral is the dad, not the one we call Nacho here. But yeah, these guys are doing great. Those full bellies. Everybody has a full belly. Even those scoliosis ones that I've left hanging around there, they all got full bellies. And I have a bunch of Java moss in there. They really seem to be enjoying the Java moss since I thrown that in there. So I just leave a lot of it in there. I have had to cut back on the feeding to 3 times a day, mainly because the detritus is getting out of hand, and I'm getting worried that, you know, eventually I'm going to end up with you know, tapeworms or para something, those worms that are really bad for your fish. And, you know, considering these are going to be for sale, I don't want to do that. So I need to make sure they're in the best health as possible. And, you know, I just been moving stuff around in here. I mean, you know, right there is a one of the yellow rabbit snails doing some aerobatics around the Java moss. There's another one there, you know, and then there's a piece of cuttlebone. I do have to admit, I don't see cuttlebone to be effective. I've been using it now for 2 months, and that's what some people were telling me to throw in there for calcium for the snails, and I gotta be honest, I don't see it working really. I really don't. At least not like the Wonder Shell. So let's see, there's one of the horn narrators, one of the bigger horn narrators right there. Little guy, I don't know where the little horn, bumblebee horned one is, but they're in there. And then let's go here to the 3.5 gallon tank. This is the Top Fin Enchant 3.5 gallon. By the way, guys, if you are interested in getting yourself a small aquarium, something under 5 gallons, this would be a good option right now. They are on sale at Petco for $19.99. You know, a 3.5 gallon is great. So for, let's say you want to keep like a betta fish in there, you can probably keep like a pair of endlers. I would not, you know, I'd be a little wary, but you could probably keep a pair of endlers. If some people have suggested them for a 2.5 gallon, I don't see any reason why you couldn't do it in a 3.5. And an endler, if you don't know what it is pretty much a midget guppy, a really colorful midget guppy. Now in this one, I have African dwarf frogs, which there's this big girl right here. She is nice, plump, full, and happy. And somewhere in here is a newer one that I've purchased. A male. Let's see. So he's not hiding back here. Nah, I think he's actually hiding inside the log today. Let's see. Well, wherever he's hiding pretty well. But yeah, there is a male in here now, with her, and who knows? Maybe one day might get some little tadpoles. There is the horn nerite, one of the bigger ones that used to be in the 5.5 gallon. Now I am starting to have detritus problems with this tank, and it's all because of that snail. Hell, I'm not even sure if it's just detritus anymore. It could be roundworm and some other stuff. But I do want to do 100%, you know, crash the tank and clean it up again. But my concern is that with these, you know, with these guys here, or at least with the snail there, you know, it's just gonna go back to having worms again. I don't know how to deworm snails. If anybody knows how to do that or can point me in the right direction, please leave a comment on the, you know, comment section below. But for the most part, everybody seems to be doing fine. She's happy. The other dude has been pretty shy since I've got him. I mean, he comes out a few times. He comes out more at night. But water parameters on all the tanks is great. You know, especially since I started using for my beneficial bacteria, use a bigger bottle, the Tetra Safe Start. This is Safe Start Plus. This is what I'm using basically for my aquarium maintenance. So when I do water changes, adding fish, you know, yada yada yada, I use this stuff. And to measure it out, I mean, it says you can use the, you know, here's a little measuring cup right there, but since I might need more sometimes, I have this little measuring thing that I got at Walmart. You need for smaller dosages. I have this, you know, 2.5 mil doser, and then, although I'm not gonna end up buying any more of it, I do end up keeping the these little cup measure things. These are from the Top Fin products, and I like these better because they do up to 15 mils. So this is a 29 gallon. Usually 5 mils covers 10 gallons on most of the chemicals you put into tanks. So, you know, it'd be perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, there's a fry in there. Guys, there's a fry in there. Oh my goodness, there is a fry in there. What the fuck? Who are your parents? Oh shit. Okay guys, I gotta go. Bye.